Shalom, shalom, shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. It went to countdown. Shalom, shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Welcome back to the reading of the Bible with your brother Nehemiah. First of all, before we even get started, before we do anything, go any further, man, let's give all praise to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach. Man, we want to thank him and his son, man. We always want to glorify them, especially glorify the Father. That's what the Son came to do, to glorify the Father. That whole book, that whole Bible, is about the Father, his creation, his doing, his power. How he gave his son the power. That whole book is about that. And we really don't understand. That's why he want Israel to fear him and keep the commandments. That's the reason why he be wanting that. But we can't live up to that function. And that's the reason why he took us. And then it's a scripture in the Bible say, if he would have chose any other nation, they would have kept this law. Let me see, can I find that? Because y'all already know how I am. If I talk about it, I got to put it. I got to get book, chapter, and verse. I got to. Let me see. We'll ask Google. See, can we find that? Because I don't know exactly what was that, but I remember reading it. I remember reading a whole lot of stuff when you read that Bible, man. Especially when he open up your ears and your eyes to it. Bear with me, family. Shalaki, bear with me. Where in the Bible it said if he would have went to any other nation, they would have kept his laws? Showing results. Man, I tell the prophet Ezekiel that if he had sent him to other nations with strange and difficult language, they would have listened and paid attention to his mission, unlike the stubborn house. That's it. That's it. That's it. I told you, boy. I talked about it. I proved. First Thessalonians, I pulled First Thessalonians. That's me, all day long. First Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things. I prove everything I speak. When it comes to this right here, this word, it's my heritage, man. This is my heritage. This is all me. It's all Israel. I'm telling you, Israel, you so-called African American, or so-called Native American, or so-called Hispanic, or Latino, what they call them too. You belong to God. You're a child of God, and a lot of people don't like that. That's why they hate us like they do. That's why they hate us like they do. What that was, Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3. Verse. Ezekiel, bad book, man. Y'all got to read that book. And I think Ezekiel was during the Babylonian captivity, if I'm not mistaken. Ezekiel came up in the Babylonian captivity. Okay, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 6, and it reads, "Not too many people of a strange speech." This is how the King James read. It said, "Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose word thou canst not understand. Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee." That's bad. And he loved Israel. He chose Israel. But he told Ezekiel if he would have sent him to any other nation, they would have hearkened and did the laws. We so hard-headed and, let me see, how can I put it? See, like, my bad, I had reference for something else. But we so hard-headed, man. We just won't do right. We just won't do right. But y'all do need to read that book of Ezekiel. I might read or do something on it. I need to do something on it. Okay, let's get it started. We already thanked the Father. Boy, look at him. Welcome back to the reading of the Bible with your brother Nehemiah. I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Man, how Israel doing today, man? How the 12 tribes that scattered abroad doing today? Y'all know that was everything what we going through, everything that you going through personally, everything that I'm going through personally. All this shit was already foretold. It already been. It already been. We supposed to go through this. This supposed to happen. He said, "Endure to the end." So it's a obstacles that we have to go through. Each and every last one got a obstacle to go through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know your road, you don't know my road. But he know it. He know where you gonna end up at. He know who love him. All this was predestinated. All this. It was foretold, man. It already happened. We like puppies on the screen. Like puppies on the screen. But anyway, man, y'all get out y'all King James Version with the Apocrypha. Like I always say, if you ain't got the King James Version, but if you just got the King James, that's cool. You can always download the King James Version with the Apocrypha on your phone. You can always do that. Or you can go out there and order you one on Amazon. See, because I don't have the whole thing. You know, this come inside of this like it's supposed to be. This really do. This Apocrypha was in this Bible before they took it out. And they ain't got it on him. They ain't got it on him, but on the other thing I be going in, other Bible I be going on my line, it tells you that it was taken out. It was in it for a minute before they took it out. And it got taken out, I think, I want to say it wasn't too long ago. I think it was in the 1400s, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, man, we was reading Leviticus. We was in Leviticus, and it was in Leviticus chapter 18. But we was reading Leviticus 17 when God told Moses speaking to Aaron and unto his son and unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, this is which the Lord had commanded, saying, this is about killing the ox, the lamb and the goat, and you don't go pay the give up the sacrifice, pay give up an offering to the Lord, even when you just like killing it. If you don't go make an offer up to the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, that blood you shed, you already shed innocent blood, so maybe you fit to feed your family. If you shed that blood, you got to go offer an offering to the Lord. This was the covenant that he gave. How to keep how to do the sacrificial laws, how to do the offerings. This what this was. But if you killed that animal, you spill innocent. You shed the innocent blood. So you have to go make an offer. If you don't make an offer, your blood gonna be shed. Your blood gonna be shed. So we gonna pick up in chapter 18, and we got to get it. We got to get it, because we supposed to be somewhere. We supposed to be up out of these 5 books. I know that for a fact. And ain't no excuse either. So everybody open up to Leviticus chapter 18, and that's where we'll begin with verse 1, chapter 18. And that's good. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, now the Lord speaking to the Moses again, and this is what he finna say. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. Now, this time he told Moses to speak unto the children of Israel, so he's speaking to the whole congregation of Israel. He's speaking to them. He said, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them what he want him to speak unto. This is what he want him to say to them. I am the Lord your God. He said he is the Lord your God. And when he telling you that he is the Lord your God, he ain't everybody God. That's what we be trying to say. See, the Christian and the Christian church and everybody say we are racist. Because we claim him for ourselves. We ain't claiming him for ourselves. He told us he was our God. This what I'm saying. See, this what he told Moses. He said, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. He said he is the Lord your God, and nobody else God. Proof, Joel. Go to the book of Joel chapter 2. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because he's your God, Israel God. He's nothing else. He's nobody else God. Okay. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And it reads, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel. Now he said, ye shall know that he are in the midst of Israel. He ain't say in the midst of the world. He ain't say in the midst of y'all, these two. He said he's in the midst of Israel. Let's continue. And that I am the Lord your God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. So he the Lord, your God. Israel, he the God. Why you think we call him the God of Israel? The God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the God of Israel. Because he the God, your God, and none else. That's what it just said in Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. That's what it just said. That I'm the God, I'm the Lord, your God. Your. Y'all already know what your is. Y'all, come on. That ain't no hard definition. That ain't no hard word to have put a definition to. That's just like our, your. You take the Y off it, it's been our. So that means it's yours, ours, yours, everything yours. He the Lord your God, and none else. And his people shall not be ashamed. Let's go back to Leviticus, man. That was verse 3. That was verse 2 I meant. We're going to read that one more again from the top. He said, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. Verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt. What do he mean by the doings of the lands of Egypt? After you were doing the things that they were doing, you know, we seem like to have this habit of being a follower of a nation. We like to follow other nation. And the Lord God, let's go to Jeremiah. Ooh, this gonna be a precept chapter now. I forgot to tell y'all that. This gonna be a precept chapter here. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah right quick. The book of Jeremiah chapter 10. Because after the doings, this is what he's telling you. What you were doing, you were following them, doing the things that they were doing. Putting their makeup on, shaving their face shaved. You understand why they were trying to keep up? Why you think he tell don't mark our beards? Don't shave them all. You want to look more manly. They had you looking like boys. Clean face, makeup. Men's wearing more makeup than the women will wearing makeup. Come on, man. This ain't hard to figure out. Y'all know how them Egyptians were dressing. Even though they were showing them white on the TV, y'all know how them Egyptians, they had makeup standing on them. For real. They made themselves look prettier than women. For real. And that's what y'all were doing. After the doings. The book of Jeremiah chapter 10. We're going to start verse 1. He said, hear ye the words which the Lord speak unto you, O house of Israel. This is Jeremiah. He's telling you to listen to these words that the Lord, the God of Israel, speaking to you. He said, thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, the doings. So after the doings, you did what the heathen did. You followed them. Let's go back. I just wanted to point that out. That God already had told you not to learn not the ways of the heathen, the doings of the heathen, whatever they do. Don't follow them. He gave us our law. He gave us what we're supposed to be doing. We are holy people. We set apart. Why would you want to follow them? We supposed to be teaching the world, huh? We failed. Our ancestors them fell in the wilderness. We failed. And we kept on falling. Every time he came and we prayed, he came and saved us out of our captivity. He brought us a judge to judge us and save us about our captivity. We ain't got there yet. When we get up out of these 5 books, when this stuff gonna start, you gonna see how we fell into this. You gonna see how we came up to be like this today. Why we in this predicament today. And all this was written before it happened. Like when you're reading these laws, these 5 books, you're going to see the curses. In Deuteronomy 28, you're going to see the curses. And that's how you identify yourself. If your people went through that, that's how you identify yourself. That's how you know you line yourself up with this Bible. You know you the child of God. And then your spirit going to bear witness with them. You're going to identify yourself. I'm like, ain't that what my people went through? That happened to my people. And y'all always remember, man, we put ourselves in this predicament. We ain't had to do nothing with Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. But that's what I wanted to show y'all, the doing. Let's go back to Leviticus, verse 3 again from the top. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do? And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, shall ye not do? Neither shall ye walk in their ordinance. Now, he's telling you, after the land of Egypt, after the doings of in the land of Egypt, what you did, after the doings of the land of Egypt, by following them, he said, wherein ye dwell, shall ye not do. So what we did back there in Egypt, what he finna bring us to, he told us don't do it. Don't follow behind another nation. Cause he finna really bring us around some the Hamite, them Africans, the Canaanites and all them. That's what he finna do. So he telling you, don't do what you did in Egypt when I bring you to this land. Don't do that. Don't follow behind these folks and start doing what they do. Let's continue. He said, whether I bring you, take it from the top again. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, shall ye not do? And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, shall ye not do? Even when we was in Canaan. Remember we was in Canaan before we came to Egypt. Remember? Who the first person went to Egypt? Joseph. He was the first guy. Remember his brother them sold him down there. Where they sold him to some Midianite. The Midianite went and sold him to Egypt. You feel what I'm saying? See, we already read all this. So Joseph brought the family down there. Because his dad and them ain't seen him in a while. So they were staying in Canaan. The same land God promised us with the flowing of the milk and honey. We've been staying and walking all through it. Abraham. That's the same land he promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham's son Isaac. The same land he promised them. Isaac's son Jacob. The same land he promised. And we were walking and staying all over this place. But he wasn't ready to give it to us yet. That's why he told Abraham, the land I promise you, I'm gonna give it to your seed. And he promised Abraham's seed Isaac. And he told Isaac, I'm gonna give it to your seed. He promised the same thing to Isaac's son Jacob. And what he said, I'm gonna give it to your seed. And whose seed he gave it to? He gave it to Jacob's seed, the Israelites. He had a whole plan. He had to put the family together. He said we were gonna be like the sand of the sea. They ain't gonna be able to keep count on us. And we are that. We are that. He said, whether I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinance. We already know what the definition of ordinance is. Let's get this. Pull up this Life Bible. I advise y'all to download the Life Bible because you get the definition of words, and it do a lot. It do a lot. And that's what it looked like. Let me see. You can't see it. But it's this Life. Good Bible. Where we at? Leviticus. Ooh, we already in Leviticus. What I'm talking about. That's how it works. Okay. Leviticus 18, verse 3, what we in. Okay. Ordinance. Statutes. That's what it's showing right now, but I'm finna hold it down and they're gonna look it up. They're gonna give you the definition of it. Now I go into the definition. Ordinance. Yeah, y'all can't see it. Might be too much light, but I need it. It said it's a noun and authoritative order, decree, or law, especially one made by a city or town government. The city council passed new ordinance regarding parking in the downtown area. The second definition, a religious rite or ceremony, especially one prescribed by the church. Baptism and the Lord's Supper are considered central ordinance in many Christian denominations. It's saying in many Christian, okay, biblical meaning. In the Bible context, ordinance refers to, and this is the one I like to go off, because all the other, it's a copy. I get that I'm reading the Bible. I got my word out the Bible. So I really get the biblical definition of it. I don't want the word definition of it. I want the biblical definition of it. Then you'll get a better understanding of what that scripture talking about. See, the world, what we just read at the first one. We in the Bible. It went to talking about law, what they made. That's the first one they gave. And then it brought some up about the Bible in the second one. But it brought you Christianity. Nah, I don't want that. So let's read. It said biblical meaning. In a biblical context, ordinance refer to the laws, statutes, and religious rites established by God for his people to observe as acts of obedience, worship, and remembrance. Now, now that make give you a better definition, a better understanding. Now read this over again. After the doing of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their laws. We follow the laws in Egypt. That's what he telling you. Don't do it. Let's continue. Verse 4. I like this. Verse 4. Ye shall do my judgment and keep my ordinance to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Okay. We finna break this one down too. He said, ye shall do my judgment. Then he gave Israel judgment. He gave us laws. He gave us statutes. He gave us judgments. And he said, ye shall do my judgments. Meaning keep my laws. Do my laws. Keep my ordinance. Keep my laws. To walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Let's go to the book of Exodus. I like this. Let me get in with this one. Let's go to the book of Exodus. And we're going to go to chapter We're gonna go to chapter. Let me see. Let me see if this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. He said, ye shall do, in Leviticus, he said, ye shall do my judgment and keep my ordinance, to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. The book of Exodus, chapter 6, verse 7. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. Good precept. Letting you know that he's your God. We was already talking about doing the things what we did. He brought you up out of all that. The doings. The following they law. They statutes. They judgments. Keeping them. They had you profaning the Sabbath. Let's continue. Verse 5. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgment, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. He said, you shall keep my statutes, my judgment, and live in them. Wear them around your neck. Wear them under your belt. Wear them around your waist. Wear them on your chest. Wear them. Keep them. And that's why he gave us fringes. That's exactly why he got. Let's get that. The fringe is going to remind you, what this? What that is? Okay, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37. I'm going to start with. Because he was telling us what we was in this book. Verse 5, ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgment, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. And I'm going to demonstrate to you by what the fringe is supposed to do. That's why we wear them. And when they get implanted in it, you don't have to wear them. But I wear them throughout my generation, just like you told. But here it is. Let's get it. The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garment throughout their generation, and that they put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue. Verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord. And what he told you in verse 5, live in them. You wear them upon. When you look down on down that shirt, and you see them fringes sitting down there, it gonna remind you, make you remember all the commandments, all the laws, statutes, and commandments he gave you, and judgment. It gonna make you remember all that. They're going to bring your focus back to that. And you're going to be like, no, I can't do that. That's against the laws. I'm supposed to be walking in righteousness. Let's continue. Verse 6. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. Do y'all understand that? Cause they already say that we got problems like sleeping with our kin. You know, they try to point the finger, but it's them. It's them. It's Esau them. They sleep with the cousin, they sleep with the auntie, they sleep with them. And if y'all doing that, what y'all did? Y'all start doing the doings of the other nation or of that land. Y'all start fighting the laws of that land. Not saying you don't supposed to follow law, righteous law. Righteous law. Cause ain't no wickedness, no sin in Yahweh. None so ever. Let's continue. So do y'all understand that? Verse 6 again. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him. You cannot approach your auntie. You cannot approach your cousin. Near a kin. Well, I ain't gonna say your cousin. I guess your first two cousins. I don't know how far they gonna go. But it's saying near a kin. Near a kin, meaning like your auntie. Let's pull this up. Let's go to it. Cause it might got something there. Where we at? Leviticus chapter 18, and we in verse 6. Let me see what it's showing. Okay. It ain't really got nothing going on with that, but let me just read the definition of near. Okay, near. It's an adjective. Located at or reached after a short distance of time. Definition 2. Close in relationship, connection, or feelings. That more like what we're talking about and looking for. They got preposition. At or, there's another definition. At or to a short distance from. Then they got another one. It's a verb. That one we just read with preposition. This is a verb. It say to come closer to something or someone. Now, biblical meaning. In the biblical theology, to be near referred both to physical, prominent, and more importantly, a state of spiritual intimacy, covenantality, relationship, or readiness for divine intervention. The concept of nearness is frequently tied to the presence of God. While God is transcended and omnipresent, the Bible speaks of him being near to the brokenhearted, indicating his activity, care, and availability to those who seek him in humility. So it give us a definition. It say near refer both to physical, private, and more importantly, a state of spiritual intimacy, confidential relationship, covenantal relationship. I guess that's like covenantal is an adjective that means related. That's why I guess that like related. I went into that word to find out what exactly if I can get a better definition. So it means related to a covenant, a solemn, binding, and scarred promise or agreement between two or more parties, unlike a standard business contract based on a transactional exchange. A covenant focused on a deep relational and moral commitment. So that word near in that is talking about near a kin. They ain't talking of giving me nothing with it. So that make me have to do this. Check this out. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this then, cause I got the. I'm on it now. That throwing me off, cause it's not talking about it there. I know what the verse talking about. We can't approach nobody near a kin to us and see their nakedness, meaning see them naked. You can't see their nakedness. What we doing? Leviticus LEVIT Leviticus 18 verse 6. I'm finna see what that word means. See what that word is saying in Greek. That's what I'm finna do. Man, they ain't got the Greek. They ain't got the Greek. Let's see the Greek. I'll go with Hebrew then. It's gonna be a long class. I mean a long reading here, my bad. Okay, it say any man to any close relative of his flesh. Ha 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 ha. What I tell y'all? It say you shall draw near. It talking about the flesh. It say now this side read in the Hebrew, and it ain't saying this in the King James. This the King James say, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. Now in the Hebrew it read, any man to any close relative of his flesh not shall draw near to uncover nakedness. I am Yahweh. Okay. So that near is drawing close to them, and you uncover their nakedness. You close relative of your flesh, meaning some kin to you. Now we got that. See, I went into the Bible Hub. Only thing you had to do is go to Google, type in that verse you're looking for, like Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6. I typed that in and searched it. They're gonna pull up some Bibles. You gonna scroll till you see the blue hub, the Bible Hub. They're gonna say Bible Hub. It's gonna be blue, like a bird. You hit that, and when you go in that, you hit. It's gonna be showing some. It's gonna show NIV, NLT, all that up top right there, KJV. But you're gonna go to this bottom, and you might see Hebrew, that HEB. I was looking for the Greek. It's gonna say GRE for the Greek. But this one ain't pulled up the Greek on this one. Cause at the top where you got the NIV, NLT, them the Bibles. You know, you got a whole lot of different Bibles. You got the NIV, you got the NLT, you got the ESV, BSB, King James Version, the New King James, the NAS, the AMP, the CSB, all these different Bibles. We use King James because it's closer to what we trying to get to. But you're going to go up under. That way you're going to see the PAR, the STU, I guess these are different language. I don't know. But I know they got the Hebrew down there. They had the Greek down there. Some pop up with the Roman. And we go into them because them old language. All this old. I like to go all Hebrew and Greek, basically. But all this old, and you get the better understanding of the word. So let's move on, because we took up too much time on that. And we just on verse 6. We're at verse 7. The book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 7. The nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, shall thou not uncover. Now it's telling you the near akin. See what I'm saying? It's telling you the near akin. Because remember, Isaac married one of his cousins. Jacob married one of his cousins. You got to remember that now. So that's why I said how far how far he talking about. So he's saying the nearest kin. So now he calling it out. He said, verse 7 again from the top. The nakedness of thy father. Can't come, that's near kin. The nakedness of thy mother, that's near kin, shall thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Verse 8. The nakedness of thy father's wife shall thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Matter of fact, let me check some out. Let me check something out. Come on. I told you there's gonna be a precept book. There's a book precept chapter. Let me see if this is what I want. You know what I want. You know what I want. Let me see if this is what I want. Go to it. Okay, yes. This is what I want. Okay, back in Leviticus chapter 18, verse 8, it said, the nakedness of thy father's wife shall thou not uncover. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 20. Check this out. Cursed be he that lieth with his father's wife, because what? He uncovered his father's skirt, his father's nakedness. That's what the Lord said. That's his father's nakedness. He shouldn't do that. And all the people shall say amen. That came out of Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 20. And that's in the law. The last book of the Torah. And the chapter before the curses, the blessings and the curses. We shall be there soon. Let's continue. Verse. Hold on, I got another one. Let me see. I got another one. Let's see what this one say. That first one hit dead on time, ain't it? Now, this saying is something else. It say the nakedness of thy father, why shall thou not uncover? It is thy father nakedness. Now, but if she agree with this, check this out. But check this out. Listen to this. This is a good precept too. Cause maybe she agreed with the son or whoever. But check this out. The book of Leviticus chapter 20, verse 11. It's still in the Torah. That's the book we in. And we ain't even got to that yet. And we finna get to it. It say, and the man that lied with his father's wife had uncovered his father's nakedness. What's the judgment? Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. This ain't no game, man. This ain't no game. This ain't no game. Let's continue. Verse 9. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. You cannot look at your sister nakedness either. Whether she been born in your household with the same mama and daddy, or outside your household with a different mama or daddy. Y'all might got the same daddy but different mama. Or y'all might got the same mama but different daddy. You cannot uncover her nakedness. You cannot. Watch this. Leviticus chapter 20. This precept. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 17. And if a man shall take his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and what we just read in this scripture, man, it say, and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people, in the sight of all their people. They shall be put to death in the sight of all their people. It ain't say all, but it said in the sight of their people. He had uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his iniquities. He shall bear his iniquity, his guilt. He should bear his guilt. That was the precept. Y'all can mark that down. All these precepts I'm calling out to y'all can mark these down. Because I'm reading the chapter, I'm reading the first chapter, what we reading out of 18. And then I go pull the precept. All these matting up. You see what it's saying? It's saying what it's saying, the same thing. This is going to be throughout this Bible. Over and over and over again. You'll see. What verse we at now? We at verse 10. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. These are close, near. But it said near. Because we talking about your flesh, your kin, of your flesh. So they calling out the near, they said, your daddy's wife, your mama, your daddy's wife, your sister children. This is your near akin. You see the Bible answer its own thing. It tell you what you know supposed to do, and then tell you who the people is, like telling you who you don't supposed to do it with. Like it said, it started off, we should not see their nakedness, uncover their nakedness. None of you shall approach, verse 6. It said, none of you shall approach to any there is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. And then when it started off when verse 7 started, it started telling you who near kin to you. This don't get no better than this, man. So basically, this teaching you. If you got bird sense and the understanding, you'll see that this teaching you itself. You ain't got to do nothing but read it. That's it. Let's continue. It said, verse 10 again, the nakedness of thy son's daughter. So you can't see your son's daughter, or of thy daughter. You can't see your daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. For there is, okay, let me finish. For there is thy own nakedness. There is thy own nakedness. Why it say there is thy own nakedness? What we just read in, hold on. This gonna be Leviticus chapter 20, I think. Let me make sure it was up here. Wait, it was a word when we looked. Hold on. It went too far, so it had to be really hard. Anyway, I can't find it, but it say that the nakedness of, it said that nakedness of thy son's daughter or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for there is thy own nakedness. Why it say there is thy own nakedness? Because that is flesh of your flesh. They came from your son or your daughter. That's your flesh. Flesh of your flesh. Let's continue. Verse 11. The nakedness of thy father's wife, daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Now, he said the nakedness of your father's wife, and your father got a daughter by his wife, that is your sister. You can't uncover that. Which we already know. A lot of y'all say stepsister. That's what y'all would say. That's what the world got y'all believing. How y'all gonna be stepsisters when you got the same? How you gonna be anything when you got the same daddy. If you came from the same daddy, that's your biological real brother and real sister. Because you came out the same sperm. Now, if you came from another man, but you got the same mama, now you consider step. Because you ain't got the same daddy. Y'all ain't came out the same sperm. Y'all bloodline is different. Y'all got two different bloodlines. Because y'all got two different daddies. That's why it say what it says in Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. Let's get it. I told you it's going to be a precept. This reading right here might be this phone want to act up now. How to do it there because I'm acting up. How to do it over here now. I hate that. Because it be giving me other things I want to do. The definition, Numbers chapter 1 verse 18 is said, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigree. What is your pedigree? That is your lineage. That is your bloodline. That's what you come from. That's your pedigree. Your pedigree is your lineage, where you come from. It say, after their family, by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of the name. They saying that you come from your father. Why you think the blood test say what it say? You 99.9% you are the father. Because that's in that sperm, that's my blood. That sperm that's floating around, it got plenty of blood in it. That's my blood. That's my seed. That's my sperm seed. That's my flesh of my flesh. That's why he said thy own. That's why he said that. Let's continue. Man, this thing's so easy to figure out. What verse are we in? We are in verse 11. The nakedness of thy father's wife, daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Verse 12. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman. She your auntie. That's your father's sister. Let's continue. Verse 13. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. What I did. Same thing. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 19. And thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, nor of thy father's sister, for he uncovered his near kin. They shall bear their iniquity, their guilt. All over, baby. I'm telling you. He just like he said in the new covenant, he gonna implant these laws in us. That's what he trying to do now. Cause he keep repeating it over and over again. We went two books up. From reading out of Leviticus, we skipped number and jumped to Deuteronomy and read the same thing what we just read in Leviticus 18. And we just read in Deuteronomy chapter 20. Let's keep going. Because we got to end this. It's after an hour. Verse 14. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is thy aunt. So thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. So your daddy brother, thou shalt not approach to his wife. You should not approach your daddy brother's wife. Because why? She is thy aunt. Let's continue. Verse 15. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 12. I ain't even going to read it for you. But I'm going to give you the precept. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 12. Saying the same thing what we just read. Let's continue. Verse 16. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. So you can't even uncover your brother's wife. Near a kin. That's your sister-in-law. That's your brother's nakedness. Let's continue. Verse 17. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 21. Saying the same thing what that's saying. I'm just giving you a little precept, just little things. Little saying, showing the way, repeating itself out again. Verse 17. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, neither shalt thou take her son's daughter, or her daughter's daughter, to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinsmen. It is wickedness. Now, that right there, I know y'all like, what he just said? Okay, we finna read this slow. It say, verse 17 again, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. You talking to this woman. You cannot go watching this woman daughter, uncover this woman daughter nakedness. Don't you talk to this woman? When it said, let's see some. Let's see. Okay, it moving. What verse that is? Verse 17. Because I don't want to say that wrong. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Okay. Nakedness is a noun. The state of being without clothes or covering. The quantity of being exposed, vulnerable, or lacking protection. In biblical meaning, in the Bible, nakedness signifies shame, vulnerability, loss of honor, or divine judgment, often serving as a symbol of our need for God's covering. Interesting. But I think in Leviticus 18, the nakedness is in this. What it's talking about is the flesh. Cause remember when we read, it said, what it was telling you, the flesh. But it was telling you about the flesh of your kin. That's very interesting. I'm going to have to go a little deeper in that. I don't have time right now. Check this out. It said in the Garden of Eden, nakedness representing original innocence. So he said they ain't knew they was innocent. Ooh, this. Let me continue with my class. Let me continue with the reading, man. Let's finish this. Yeah, I just seen something else now. Verse 17. Verse 17 again from the top. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter. Neither shalt thou take her. Who is the her? The daughter. Take the daughter's son's daughter. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Neither shalt thou take her, the daughter, the woman daughter, her son's daughter. So he's telling you, you can't look at, if you talking to this woman, you can't look at her daughter or her son's daughter or her daughter. You can't look at now one of them. I mean, you cannot uncover the nakedness of now one of them. That's what that's saying. Verse 8. Hold on, let's finish. For they are her near kinswomen. It is wickedness. Verse 18. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her lifetime. Okay. Told that up. That was verse 18. It said neither vex. What vex? Vex. Be a rival. That ain't telling me that. Get the definition. Look it up. To make someone feel ignored, frustrated, or worried, especially with travail matters. The consent buzzing of the fly. In a Bible context, to vex signify causing deep distress, provocation, oppression, or grief to another person or group, or implying a presented state of agitation or suffering. So, vex, where we were, right here. Vex in verse 18 meaning cause a deep distress or provocates oppression or grief to another person. So he said, neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister. Take a wife to her sister. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her lifetime. It sounds like it's telling you, don't wife your wife's sister to vex her. It ain't really giving me nothing on this phone, but they showed me that vex meaning be a rival. That's all I can pull right now. I got to ask my op to give me a little bit of understanding on that, because I'm trying to see, is it talking about the woman? Is this a continuation from verse 17 when we talking about the woman, her daughter, and her daughter's son? So we can take the woman, sister, for a wife to vex. That's what it sounds like to me, what it's saying. So we're going to go and continue, and I'll get back with y'all on that. I promise you. Verse 19. Also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. So while she's set apart, you cannot approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. What is her uncleanness? You know what her uncleanness is. She's set apart. She's set apart. When you supposed to set a woman apart? When she be set apart from every month, once a month they got to do it. Here we go right here. Let's get it. Leviticus chapter 20, verse precept 18. And if a man shall lie with a woman having her sickness, her uncleanness, and shall uncover her nakedness, he had discovered her fountain, and she had uncovered the fountain of her blood, and both of them shall be cut off from among their people. Her ministration, her once a month thing. This stuff add up. You see ain't no book in the world like this. This mud undefeated. This mud right now in AD time, this mud 2026 win. 0 loss. Bang you down. I was just telling you that, and what it just said. See, y'all ain't know our book speak like this. Now we go probably pull this up in the Greek or the Hebrew. Because you see, these words ain't saying the same thing when I go into the Bible and put it up in Greek and Hebrew. It ain't saying that. See, you had translator right this time. And all 47 translators, thanks to General Yahweh, all 47 translators was what he called them? I forgot what he called them, but they believe in Trinitarian. All the 47 that translated it was all 47 of a Trinitarian. Believing that Jesus is God. When I say Trinitarian. And as you read this book, you find out that all the glory is for God. Jesus came to be a great image of his person, of his understanding, of his being. Wow. We gonna get to all that. Let's continue. Verse 20. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnal with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. So it say, moreover, thou shalt not lie carnal with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. What it say, Exodus 20. Let's get it. Let's see, I just have to pull these precepts, man, because I told you it's going to be precept book. Let's see. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covenant thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covenant thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Let's go back to Leviticus chapter 20. Chapter 18, verse 20. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. Thou shalt not commit adultery, because that's adultery. Verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of the Lord, of thy God. I am the Lord. Verse 21. Okay, here we go. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 31. It says, thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God, for every abomination to the Lord which he hated have they done unto their God. For even their sons and their daughter they have burnt in the fire to their gods. That's why I say don't let your children pass through the fire like Molech, where we were. Verse 21. And thou shalt not let, back in Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind. Now you know we talking about man, right? A man cannot see his father's wife nakedness, cannot see his daughter nakedness, he cannot see his wife's daughter nakedness, he cannot see the daughter, the woman and the daughter nakedness, and the daughter nakedness. Now we all this a continuation, just telling you. Check this out, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. What do that mean? He said thou should not lie with mankind. Man should not lie with man like he lie with woman. Understandable. And they had a nerve to say, God made me like this. God gave you a penis. God gave your heart up to your own desire. You desire you when you was young. It was in your head. You meditated on until you got so older and you acted on it. God ain't made you no type of way. He just gave you up to your own desire, what your heart desired. And your heart desired to be gay, to sleep with another motherfucking man. Don't blame that on God. But you gonna die. Because what it just said. It is abomination. And according to Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22, according to that, a thing that caused disgust or hatred, a feeling of hatred or intense disgust in a biblical context, an abomination refers to something that is morally detestable, righteously impure, or fundamentally opposed to the holy nature and commandments of God. In the Old Testament, the Hebrew word Tobah, Strong, HA441, is frequently used to describe action or object that are offense to God because they violate His holiness or the covenant relationship with Israel. This term is often applied to idolatry, unethical behavior, and ritual impurity. Marking these things are entirely incompatible with God's presence. Then I told y'all God have no sin in Him, no unrighteousness in Him. This is exactly what this is saying. So that is against God. Abomination. That is an abomination. And what He gonna do you for your abomination? You surely must die. Why you think He came out with all these and these diseases gonna come upon you that's not written in the Bible? Why you think AIDS came about? Because that gay shit, they got out of control. And He said that's an abomination. And when you commit abomination against the Lord, you be cut off. Let's continue. We almost done. Verse 23. Neither shall thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Sleeping with animals. And you got Esau doing that. They just locked the woman up in Florida behind that shit, sleeping with her dog. That's nasty. That's why God told y'all in Jeremiah chapter 10, do not what the heathen do. The motherfucker do anything. They not holy. The devil can't be holy. So they do any and every whatever the fuck they want to do. God don't care nothing about them right here in this world. That's why if you was a loser in this world and you Esau, you fucked up. You're going to be a 2-time loser. Because you're going to be a loser in our world. So you're a 2-time loser. He said that is confusion. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. I gotta ask Google this one because I don't know what else from that. Where in the Bible it said God is not confusion? Not confusion. 1 Corinthians. That Lord, 1 Corinthians, what? Let me show y'all something, man. How this thing just, let's go right there. Chapter 14. verse. Verse 33. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion, meaning disorder. And that's just all out of order. Man sleeping with man, women sleeping with women, that is all out of order. God is not the author of confusion. You see how that precept just hit? Come on, man. Y'all get with it, baby. Y'all got to come on with it, Israel. We got to prepare ourselves. If you go into this kingdom, cuz you gonna know these things. He gonna plant it in you, but you wanna practice these things now, so you won't slip a bobber in that kingdom. For real. 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. That's the precept to Leviticus chapter 18, verse 23. Let's continue. Verse 24. Defile not ye yourself in any of these things. Any of these things we just read, he said, defile yourself not. Uncovering these nakedness and sleeping with women, sleeping with women, men sleeping with men. He said, defile yourself not, ye not, in any of these things. For in all these the nation are defiled, which I cast out before you. Do not what the heathen do. For all these nations are defiled in it. All of them. They not holy. Stop following them. You the light of the world. They really want to follow you. But you following them so much, you make them feel great like they on top. You put Esau on a pedestal. Verse 25. And the land is defiled. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomit out her inhabitant. And the land is defiled. Why the land defiled? Because they defiling themselves in all that negative shit. Man sleeping with men, women sleeping with women. The land is defiled. Do y'all understand the word coming out of my mouth? Leviticus chapter 18. It ain't number 30 verses in this chapter. It took me almost going on 2 hours. It's a good chapter. Give you understanding of a lot of things. Let's continue. Verse 26. Ye shall therefore keep my statute and my judgment, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. You shall keep his statute and his judgment. And you should not commit none of these abominations that we just read. Even the ones all before this chapter, we read it. The ones in Exodus, the ones in early Leviticus, the ones in... No. Do not defile yourself. He said, neither any of your own nation, meaning Judah, neither none of them, nor any stranger that sojourned among you. We in the laws, right? So who that stranger is? Your brother from another tribe. I'm from Judah, he from Benjamin. I'm from Ephraim, he from Asher. That's that stranger. We in these laws, cuz. And what he said, they don't even know his judgment. So you know we ain't talking about no other nation in these laws. That stranger is your brother. Man, this thing's so easy. This thing is so easy. Let's continue so we can finish this up. Verse 27. For all these abominations have the man of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. So all these abominations there because that's what they did. These what the other, they've been doing this way before you got there. That's why the land is defiled. And it only can be cleansed by the one that defiled it. If you spare blood on that land, it only can be cleansed by the man that spilled it. You defiled the land. Esau defiled the land. Ham defiled the land. Moab defiled the land. These folks do strange stuff. He said in Isaiah 66, he said, for the one that hide behind that tree eating swine flesh and the abomination and the mouse. Who eat the mouse? The Moabite. Them niggas eat mouse, cats, dogs. All that abomination. Do not what the heathen do. It ain't gonna be going. It ain't gonna go like this in the age to come. In the age to come. See, I said age still of saying the world because that's what that word means. Age. I learned that. Yeah. Yeah. We gonna get to it. Let's continue. Ain't anything, man. That the land spew not you out also. See, he said, for all these abominations have the man of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. And they spewed them out. That's why the land, that's why he said, I'm gonna give you a land made with milk and honey. It spewed them out. Why it spewed them out? God! We went in there and killed them motherfuckers. He sent us in there. Just the same way what he gonna do in the next life. When we next go down. He gonna use his people. They destroy Esau. We went and took them from Canaan. We went and took them from them Hamites. Spewed them out. Them folk take facetious. Just like Esau. They go hunt, they take facetious and rub on them. The attract animal, that's nasty. Don't tell them what they were doing in Egypt. After the doings, and y'all doing the same thing. Y'all go hunt with them white folk. Y'all go rub, and the African do it too. They drink piss. Animal piss. And tell me they good for your skin. But y'all follow the heathen. Y'all want to be like the heathen. Because he made us more better than them. (28) again. It say that the land spew not you out also when ye defile it, as it spewed out the nation that were before you. Verse 29. And it spewed us out too. I ain't even finna skip that like that. It spewed us out too. Y'all gonna see. Cause we gonna defile the land. God told us not to marry into other nations. We did that. We put seeds all in other nations. We did that. We defiled the land, yes. That's why he spewed us out. He sent our enemies in there and took us out of there. We're going to read all that. Here we go. Verse 29. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the soul that committed them shall be cut off from among their people. So you committed any of the abomination. The soul that committed shall be cut off among their people. Last verse. Therefore shall ye keep my ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs, which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your God. Then I told y'all, don't defile yourself. Man, Israel, man, that was a good one. I don't know where that come from. It came from him. But that was a good one. That was a good one. So I advise you, man, y'all read. Take y'all time. Man, y'all read, man. Pick up the book and just read. If you don't read number 1 chapter a day, 2 verses a day, give them 5 minutes. Give them 5 minutes. And y'all will see the work. If you truly, truly love God, you're going to do exactly what he say. Keep his commandment. Israel, 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 Israel. Man, boy, that was a good reading of the Bible right there. That was a good one now. Man, look at him, man. We're going to close this thing on out. I feel good. So everybody turn to Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. Because we're going to go and read the Lord's Prayer and close this thing on out, man. And the only thing I'm going to tell y'all, endure to the end. Most of all, keep the commandment. Keep the commandment. That's how you show God you love him. You can't talk about, oh, I got a personal relationship. That ain't what God said. God ain't say, well, I got a personal relationship with Sarah. I got a personal relationship with Job. He ain't say that. God told you to fear me and keep my commandment. I don't think he said nothing about no personal relationship. So all these ones got personal relationship with them, they don't know God. Let me read. Hold on. Let me because I'm gonna read what he say. Let me read what he say. They don't know God for real. They don't. This is a book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3, and it said, and it reads, and hereby we do know that we know him. They talk like they know him. I got a personal relationship with him. They love saying that. Oh, God know my heart. We got a personal relationship. But check this out. He say, and hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. If we keep his commandment. That's how you know. This is what the Bible's saying now. And then what the scripture saying. If you know God, you keep his commandment. Let me continue. Verse 4. He that say, I know him, he that say they know God, and keep it not his commandment, he don't even keeping the Sabbath. But he know God. He know God. But he ain't even keeping the Sabbath. He ain't even got fringes on. One of the easy commandments. Put some fringes on. But he know God. What he say? He that say, I know him, and keep it not his commandment, is a liar, and the truth is not in him. Let's close this thing out. This is the book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 9. After this manner, therefore pray ye, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Man, Israel, y'all have a blessed day, man. Stay prayed up, endure this to the end, and most definitely keep them laws. I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Kwam Yasharala.